a Rowdy Reviews, Episode 3. This is Auto Club. As you may have seen already, this is going to be. And go through it because I was also at the race too, which was fun. So, Gavin, welcome in. We're here in Auto Club Fontana, race 1 of the West Coast Swing. Not the West Coast weather we predicted. It was cold and. What do you think?
Yeah, so kind of shocked the world there for a minute that we knew the week was going to be full of rain, and then we woke up Saturday and then there was snow. So I'm like, what the hell? So I'm like, that was like one of the last things I would have expected, especially for it being the West Coast swing, So yeah, we got a lot to talk about in this one, man. This is gonna be a good one.
Yeah. The weather, the snow, the blizzards. So we had to stay home for a couple days. I was actually not sure for a while if I was even going to get
Right.
to go. We made the decision to fly out Saturday and got to see both races, which was fun.
Exciting.
The hardest part of all that was sitting at home when you knew you should have been over there. And then on Saturday
Oh yeah.
when they were doing like I was banking on Sunday after what happened with the roads, but I
Yeah.
got lucky. I got to see 1 to 200 on Sunday, and everything just got a little condensed, like 2020.
Yeah.
But I didn't have to wear a mask. It was too cold, so I had to wear a mask at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you wanna dive into your thoughts on that Cup race, because that was the only action we saw this weekend.
Right. Yeah, so we're gonna get into that now. So Saturday comes through, and practice and qualifying was completely washed out. So there was absolutely no cars on track up until the race, which made it even more interesting. I mean, I know it's not the first time that that's ever happened, but it usually is an interesting outcome when that's the case because, especially for Auto Club, you go to a track with one of the oldest surfaces, and then you know how these new cars are with the diffuser and everything that they changed. So like going over the bumps and stuff, I was kind of worried at first, like, oh, we're gonna have at least like maybe two cautions before the comp even comes out because of last year, we had guys. I mean, we couldn't even go green for a
Qualify.
practice session last year. Yeah, we couldn't even go green for a practice session last year. So I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. So no, we were really good. We were really good all day. Had you know, without a question, the best car right there with the one. I think the one was pretty equal with us, but it all came down to pit road. I mean, we got the speeding penalty, the Kyle Busch penalty, early in the
Yeah,
race.
what was that all about?
So they said that he was still building whites when he was caught speeding, which I don't know if they're having trouble setting his stuff up, or I I listened to that little piece that Fox Sports does, the Winners Weekend, with Kyle, and
Yeah.
Kyle said his lights were still building when he got it, so he said they're just trying to figure out like the communication, like they're just trying to like still figure out how to communicate with him. Which I mean, it still seems like I mean, we're clearly off to a great start, um, but the penalty happened, and then I'm just like, well, crap. I was kind of in a way doubting the day after that because usually when that happens, we're stuck back there for like the rest of the day. Um,
Yeah.
but no, the car was really good. Came all the way back up front. I think they said he passed like 13 cars in 5 laps. I immediately knew what the car was going to be like. I'm like, yeah, this is definitely his to lose today. Like he's got the car, and I was kind of nervous at the end though when it came down to that last pit stop with the one and how that was going to play out. because they were preaching to him not to speed like that last stop because the one was trying to stay like equal with us and beat us on and off pit road. And I'm like, well, the only thing you can do is not speed because if that one comes off before you, that one is speeding. So I'm just like, whatever you do, don't speed. So that actually went really good the last pit stop, and the pit crew showed how good they were and got him off of pit road before the one, and then that was for the win right there, without a question. Kyle was really good behind the wheel. The car was great, and the pit crew was great, and that made for a perfect day for the 8 team.
Absolutely. I mean, I got to experience it on Sunday. I actually got to watch the race from behind the pit
Hell yeah!
box, giving everyone their space. But
Show him your
I
autograph.
was one of the few fans.
Show him your autographed
Yeah,
hat that you got on.
pre-race, I got signed from the boy KB.
And he's actually got
Popped out right before the anthem.
he's actually got something interesting to tell from that I actually just found out tonight, that Nick
Yeah.
himself was
So
actually featured in RCR's social media video from.
yes. So if you guys go over and check the post from about a day ago, they show Kyle's weekend, and next to him, giving him something to sign, is me. So just a neat little find. I didn't
It's
even
awesome.
find it. My dad did. So he
That's
pointed that out, and I was.
Yeah,
I love
that's
being part of Rowdy Nation, 100%.
that's great. Love it.
So yeah, I got to watch the race from the pit box. KB sped the first stage, went from like 30th all the way back to 11th, which I thought was pretty remarkable.
Hmm.
I got a good laugh in Radioactive. In his radio after that speeding penalty, he said, he's like, points, throw them away. They don't burn them all up.
Hmm.
They don't
Yeah.
matter, because that's basically all it was. He just missed out on points, but got second in the second stage, right behind Ross. Yeah, what I think happened with Ross is he kept his car the same, and Kyle made some adjustments because Ross probably felt comfortable in clean air, and once Kyle got in front of him, he just, I don't know. You build so much of a gap that I don't know how much clean air has to do with how you adjust. But
Well,
Kyle had a dominant car.
I was worried about, after the penalty and stuff of him, going back there, and even at the start of the race when he started mid pack, I was worried about him being back there because those cars don't really tend to drive well in traffic, and that's usually what most of the drivers say is they handle a lot better when the closer you get to the front. So that's where
Yeah, so
that's
I
where we
was at
finished. Though we finished in the front.
yeah, that's all that matters. KB knows how to adjust. It's because of no practice. He had a couple stages to adjust it. But yeah, Randall's a hell of a crew chief. I
Yeah,
think it's gonna be a fun
I,
year.
I do too.
I got to meet him after the race. I actually saw him pre-race too. Got to I got to tell Richard thank you for signing our boy, and I got a picture with him. That was pretty cool. And
Yeah,
then the race just played out a dream. I mean, the last stage almost went all green, if I don't recall.
yeah,
Was it
yeah.
the
At
whole
least, at
stage?
least,
Yeah,
at least most of it, if not one caution. But yeah, I think
yeah.
it did go
One
green.
right at the start. So yeah, the laps were counting down, and I was kind of just like 20 to go. This might
Yeah,
happen. And then like 10 to go, I'm like, oh shit, this really might happen. And then 5 to go, I'm like breathing heavy. And then on the last lap, I got to stand right out. Ty Dillon retired from the race because of the engine, and he was the pit ahead of Kyle, which always works out for me somehow. I don't know how, but Sonoma and Auto Club so far, I've gotten a pit stall where I can get a view of the finish line, and I got to see Kyle cross it, do his burnout in the bow. And
love it.
actually, I stayed back there in the pits after the race, after the checkered flag celebration, and got a
Mhm.
Chevrolet Victory Lane hat from the team.
Sick, awesome.
Yeah, so can't draw it up any better than I think. It was a fun race at Auto Club. I think it's always been a great track,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna.
yeah, yeah. I personally think it's one of the best tracks that's already out there. I mean, it it's proven to put on a great show with like every car that's been there. I mean, it's crazy that it's really happening. And then they repaved
Money
Atlanta.
talks.
They repaved Atlanta, and I'll never look at that track the same again either. It's just another crapshoot. So that's nothing to look forward to anymore.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to do that in iRacing in a couple weeks. Ouch! Don't remind me.
Yeah, yeah. Just remind me not to run it because I'll run my safety rating down in the grave. So
I'm only running one series, the one that I care about in Cup.
yep.
But anyways, Auto Club. I don't know. It was getting old, and as you said, the tracks
Hmm.
was the right circumstances because it hasn't been raced on all weekend, and they had
Yeah,
to
and
do it
then
all. It was coming down, soaking in there.
yeah, and then Auto Club. You got to worry about the weepers too. The weepers always come into play there. So yeah,
So
I do 100% though applaud all the track workers and stuff that got the track ready because we were able to get the race in Sunday. Well, both of them actually. There was just no way that it was happening on Saturday, and I applaud them though for even trying because I mean that was a lot of work. I'm sure that was put into the track. Yeah,
just gonna find a clear day on Sunday, which happened. So
it.
I hope I don't. I hope when they come back to SoCal, it's the short track.
Hmm. Yeah,
They got some of the Lyft drivers were talking around because I was taking Lyft around the city while I was there,
yeah.
and some of them wanted to take their cars on the track for track days, and I told them you don't got many days left. They're probably gonna bulldoze
Hmm.
the facility, and one of my favorite things is how big pit road is. I'm gonna miss that. Sonoma's really tight.
Yeah,
Any other track probably is too. Vegas.
yeah.
Have you ever been
Vegas.
to what are some of the tracks? Do you have VI? Have you been in the Hot Pass area?
So I've been to Indianapolis, which is I usually think it's easy to catch drivers there. Like if you're in the right place, like you kind of gotta. And me being from this area, like in the amount of years that I've been there, like I just know exactly where to go, like every time, like to be in the right spot. And it's a lot of walking though, and you have to walk fast because the infield there is huge. So,
Mm.
um, but usually I just wait in like a certain spot there, like for like a couple hours, like usually. Um, but no, Indy's fun, and then I did Chicagoland. That was my very first top pass experience. Um, the infield was obviously
Was
a
that
lot smaller, but pit road was like bussing, dude, like before the race.
everyone?
Yes, everyone. Um, and then we did.
I could see the numbers were lower this year.
I did a hot pass at Richmond. That was my last one, and that was actually the year before COVID started. So 2019.
It's a very unique experience. It's not it's not what it used to be, and got to keep it got to keep it between the industry, but something I'm thankful for. And
Yeah.
one of my relatives might be a photographer of some sort for F1, And if he goes to Vegas, I don't know if I can pull that off, but that would be something.
That would be sweet, man. Like, you know how bad I want to go there, but it's a lot of money.
I'm gonna go, but to think if he's like involved and I could get even closer, like I've seen prices for 15,000 for Champions Club, like VIP experience. It's just dessert. But this race was pretty exciting. What do you think? What do you think of that big pileup?
Joey freaking Logano, man. That's all I have to say.
Was it him or Ross? Ross trying to guess.
It was Joey. It was definitely Joey. Just being an idiot.
Yeah.
And
So
Blaney can thank his teammate for that, and so can everybody else that got destroyed.
Reddick's still behind Jimmy in points.
Yeah, poor guy. His car
He's
just seems to be a
he's fitting into his new seat.
his his car seems to be a wreck magnet at the moment.
So, did you catch the Xfinity race after Cup after your
I did.
celebrations?
I did.
What do you think of that? There was a lot of cautions at the beginning. Pretty good
Yeah,
show, as it always puts on.
yeah, a lot of cautions at the beginning, but also like the fact that like I think I don't know. I mean, I can't personally tell you which race was better because I thought both were really good. Um, but I mean, Xfinity showed that. I mean, there was a lot of beat up cars running it up at the front at the end. Like I thought Dylan was going to win like with 20 to go, and he was missing like the right front. I'm like, wow, this is going to be interesting if he wins because he doesn't. His right front headlight was missing. So I'm like, oh boy.
He took out the favorite, Custer.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, it was something was Creed's save down the backstretch.
Yeah.
I
That
the
was
first time I saw that, I was on pit road. I didn't think much of it. I saw it on the big screen, but then I saw it on my phone when I was home, and I'm like, holy hell, that was impressive. It was
yeah.
like Jimmy at Dover almost. But
Yeah.
my favorite Chandler got a top five, his first top five of the season, which is a very good start for college racing. And I don't. You've been a long time John Hunter fan. He won the race. Sammy Smith looked really strong as well, but he
Yeah.
aced one out.
John Hunter actually really impressed me. Like I definitely didn't have him winning this early in the season, or if at all this season, because usually the guys that come up from trucks like that just suck their first year at Xfinity. So I was surprised that Joe or John Hunter did what he did, was able to do.
It's almost like the shoulda, woulda, coulda of last week for those two.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Next week, we're gonna look forward to Vegas. That's gonna be his hometown, Rowdy's hometown. Hopefully, the family's all at the track this week.
Going for 103
Yeah,
in Xfinity. So
yeah, I know. I think he's doing that just so I got to change the shirt.
yeah. Right. Yeah.
I got all these diecasts that say last Xfinity wins. Now what? No, I'm excited to see him back. It's the way I saw it. He drove 18 for a number of years, which was Brexton's birthday. And now he's number 10, which is Lennox's.
Yeah.
He's driving LA Golf. I've never heard of that place before, but it's a pretty nice paint scheme. There's a big golf ball on the side number.
His truck looks pretty good too.
Yes, it does. It reminds me of the Cessna truck,
Mm-hmm.
and he has a pretty good track record in that. But I'm interested to see how the Chevy Silverado goes. I never would have imagined years ago that he'd be in a Silverado.
Yeah,
Camaro's one thing.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing the Alsco green out there too on Sunday.
That's gonna look nice. I hope the weather's clear. I haven't checked it this week. Nick Gregson posted a snap of it snowing today, so not good.
Where at?
Again, snow 2 weeks in a row. He said.
So it's snowing in Vegas now?
Mhm.
Wow.
All I'm saying is it's gonna be like 120 degrees in the summer for us. I think global warming's a real thing. Hopefully, Sonoma's less than 130 in temperature.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it gets
There's a lot
pretty
of promise.
it gets pretty hot too, like where Indy gets pretty hot like right around its date. So really, like
Oh yeah,
I just gotta if I do end up going to that one this year, I'm just gonna have to remember to put sunscreen on because I got burnt to holy toast hell at the Indy 500. I'm not lying. I looked like
that
a raccoon when I came home. Took off my sunglasses
that
and my eyes were like white and my whole face was like beet red.
go. You gotta go to Talladega to get the authentic tan.
Yeah, that redneck tan, that good looking tan.
The one with the beer can in front of your chest, blocking the sun.
Yeah, that's
No,
that's
but
funny.
that was not something I had to worry about this weekend. Cloudy and gloomy. It was cold, windy. I wore three long sleeve shirts, a short sleeve, and a hoodie, and that finally did it. But once everything got underway, then it felt a bit warmer. The adrenaline was pumping, I guess.
Right. Yeah.
My next race I'm hoping to attend is Sonoma next year because Auto Club's gone. Hopefully, this race at Vegas I'd be traveling to, but we'll see about that. Um, I don't know. You got anything else? What else do you think? Got any
Well,
topics?
well, kind of summing up Auto Club, it went very well. Kyle got his first win of the season. Honestly, was unexpected to see it come this early. You know, and I hate to say that because he's my favorite, but uh, just just basing off of last year, I would have never thought he would have won this early. Or like, you know, he's showing up. He's he's proven that he's shown up everywhere we've been so far this year. I mean, he's hungry, man. I think he's gonna have a really good shot at the championship this year. Um, you know, he had a championship performance on Sunday, this past Sunday, and I hope it carries on. And hopefully it's a 3 for 3 on
Yeah,
come Sunday.
you gotta get the broom.
Yep.
I think you know what shocked me was everyone cheering for him after the race.
Mm-hmm. And he said in
What's
the
the deal
media
with
center
Toyota? Why is everyone so anti-Toyota? I don't even
because
think it was him.
Toyota is like losing like all their good like I honestly personally think that like everybody that was outside of Rowdy Nation that probably is Rowdy Nation now. Like, I have a feeling that they just frowned. A lot of people frowned upon like how he was treated, like
Yeah,
coming out of where he was, and how Toyota and Gibbs did what they did. I think a lot of people frowned upon that and actually just immediately started having more respect for him. I think, and then from almost winning the Clash, came short on that, just barely. Had the dual one and had the 500 one until like the chaos broke out there, and then won at Auto Club. So he literally had a shot to win everything, like a real shot to win everything that's happened this year. So I'm
I just see him.
looking forward to what the rest of the year is going to be like. It's going to be good. I feel like.
Yeah, I just see him. He's been in a better mood. Seems like smiles, spirit. I think Richard and the team's really embraced him, and I love that the team's showing him the effort because
You want to know?
Gibbs was for a while until the last few. I think.
Well, you want to know why it's all smiles now and it wasn't last year?
Why? Hmm.
Because David Wilson had his Kyle Busch blow up button sitting by him in the playoffs, and then he just hit it. Boom, boom, back to back. The sabotage button was right there the whole year last year.
That's what I was talking about at dinner. It's funny because My cousin's favorite Larson blew up in like 15 laps into the race, and if I
Yeah,
had practice, that would have been avoided. But ruined Larson's day. He had a really fast car. I think it would have been the two Kyles today or on Sunday had it
I
not
thought
be
it
for that.
I thought it would have too. I thought it would have been Larson and Kyle
I saw the
instead of
lap times. Larson was beating Kyle on lap times for a while. You know
figured.
what I mean.
Yeah, yeah,
But I think it's going to be a fun show in Vegas Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon, and Friday evening.
yeah,
What do you say? Call it. My phone's getting a little
yeah,
low. I hate to do that to the fans, but
yeah.
if my
I mean, we
phone
pretty much
dies, then
we pretty much covered everything too. I mean, really looking forward to this weekend. Have high hopes and hope we can just take the strong, keep the momentum rolling. There's nothing better than showing up at the next track fresh off a win. So that's gonna be exciting too. Hopefully it's a good weekend for the other series too. Hopefully we can win and, like I said, go 3 for 3. That'd be awesome. And hopefully Lionel has a sweep set for pre-order come Sunday.
oh god, those sweep sets might cost you a leg though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I see with the sweep set
2023.
with the sweep sets, man. I'd like to do like I preferably like pre-order them like right when they come out because if I don't get them, then I'll be paying an arm and a leg for it like down the road.
Hey,
Like I did 2010 Bristol. I spent like
yeah,
$650 on it, and it wasn't even autographed.
still less than me.
Wasn't even autographed, you know. So
Yeah, at least the guy I spent a fortune on it. The guy forgot to send the pin, but he sent it like a week after. So I
well,
thank you guys all. Thank you guys all for tuning in. This has been Auto Club. I was joyful enough to enjoy the race in person. It's going to be a couple months before I attend next, as well as Gavin. But we're all going to watch the race from homes because we're dedicated. And we thank you all for tuning in. Auto Club is in the rear view with a win, first one of the year. Hopefully, first of many with the team. Thank you, Gavin, for joining us.
yeah, thanks Nick
Any
for
last words?
well, thanks Nick for hosting such an awesome podcast. Thank you
My
everybody
pleasure.
for viewing. Thank you for viewing, and hopefully it's another celebration all weekend long. So we'll see you next
Hats
time.
off. Crack open Rowdy while you're at it. Peace out, y'all.